skills that we found effective in the classroom. And last month, several weeks after Bob had died, I was culling my bookshelves and came upon a copy of a short essay, Joyous Voladoris, Bob had given me years before. At the top of the page, he wrote, Rocco, we had these odd nicknames. Rocco, I use this in every class I teach. Love, Bubalina. In Joyous Voladoris, the Canadian writer Brian Doyle describes the physical extremes of the heart found in nature. That of the hummingbird beats 10 times a second and expires in 2 years. And that of the blue whale is so large a child could walk around in it without having to stoop. As different as these organs are, they all, and here I quote Doyle, have fluid, eternally in motion, swirling and whirling. No living being is without interior liquid motion. We all churn inside. As a poet and teacher, Bob demonstrated how words can give shape and meaning to that inner churning, that desire to break out of isolation and connect with the world. For Bob, teaching was a personal crusade against the Philistines of popular culture who devalue and sentimentalize human experience. For Bob, onomatopoeia was more than just a quality of poetic description. It was his bumper sticker, along with "Kill Your Television." Bob refused to retire. When he no longer held forth here at Bainbridge High, he took his message to the classrooms at Olympic College. Last June, when I visited him at home, oxygen tubes in his nose, he was writing instructions for his substitute at OC. Even in death, Bob continues to teach us. In a sense, our meeting here today is his last class. I'm his surrogate or substitute teacher and have in hand his lesson plan. Rocco, I use this in every class I teach. Because Bob couldn't be physically present today, I'm going to read Brian Doyle's concluding paragraph. In that, Bob wants you to hear how simple, exquisitely rendered images can lift us out of existential despair and connect us in meaningful ways with one another. And here's Brian Doyle. So much held in a heart in a lifetime. So much held in a heart in a day, an hour, a moment. We are utterly open with no one in the end. Not mother and father, not wife or husband, not lover, not friend. We open windows to each, but we live alone in the house of the heart. Perhaps we must. Perhaps we could not bear to be so naked for fear of a constantly harrowed heart. When young, we think there will come one person who will savor and sustain us always. When we are older, we know this is the dream of a child, that all hearts finally are bruised and scarred scored and torn, repaired by time and will, patched by force of character, yet fragile and rickety forevermore. No matter how ferocious the defense, how many bricks you bring to the wall, you can brick up your heart as stout and tight and hard and cold and impregnable as you possibly can. And down it comes in an instant, felled by a woman's second glance, a child's apple breath, the shatter of glass in the road, the words, "I have something to tell you." A cat with a broken spine dragging itself into the forest to die. The brush of your mother's papery, ancient hand in the thicket of your hair. The memory of your father's voice early in the morning, echoing from the kitchen where he is making pancakes for his children.